Hey. Hey. We've all been there. You ate something you couldn't handle, and it's your 8th trip back to the room of expulsion. You are dreading that next contact of paper to potty to your potty reapplication of paper to potty parts, and you're not ready. You're not ready for the pain. There's nothing left between the air and in your veins, and you don't want to. So what do? Well, there's nothing you can do. It's too late. The damage has been done. But what if I told you the damage never needed to happen in the first place? This is why you need a bidet.
On to the initial test.
Remember when everyone started to get that cough, and then all the toilet paper got bought out? Could happen again, who's to say? But with the marvelous invention of the bidet, you no longer need to worry about being in short supply of toilet paper. But then you look at me and you say, Adam, what? I don't even understand. I'm so scared to enter into this process. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm making this, so I can extend to you, my little hand, and you can grab whatever finger you want, and that's your guide through the dark, wet tunnel that is buying a bidet.
I love Poland.
Poland.
I love Poland.
Now, I've gone through 3 different bidets. A fairly entry-level one, a bit of a middle of the road, and then essentially the filet mignon Ferrari, the Spotify Premium, the expensive bidet, because I said it's worth it. They say buy a good mattress because you spend 80% of your life asleep, but I say I spend 80% of my waking hours on the toilet. So for me, this is worthwhile. Here it is. Top 3 bidets that I've owned, all 3 of them, and I'm gonna discuss them and rank them.
Went to my mom's house and I got shot in the foot.
Now I'm going to be breaking down each of these bidets by category. So we have aesthetic, spray comfort, like the comfort of the water, how comfortable that feels, the ease of installation, the price, and the features. Let's begin with my first bidet, my number 1, baby boy, the Lux Neo 120.
Went to my dad's house, got shot again.
Now this was like the first bidet I essentially saw on Amazon. The budget option. It is a stripped down simple bidet. You turn the nozzle on, it shoots the water up. It also has a self-cleaning feature where it shuts itself off, so when it sprays the water, it just... it was like $30. Not a lot of complaints. I'd say the aesthetic of it's like a 2.5. It was fine. Didn't look cheap. It didn't look expensive. It was fine. Now the spray comfort was not amazing, and I learned this from each bidet that I upgraded to down the road. I get back on the OG bidet, and it's not a great spray comfort. It's pretty hard, and it's like on the hose, there's different hose settings, and one of them's like the wide spray. I'd give it like a 1.8. Now the price, you can't beat the price. Price per value, $30 for a bidet. I mean, come on, that's a 5. It was super easy to install, and I give up on most things I have to assemble for. And then for features, what can I say? It is as basic as it gets. 2.6.
I gotta go see a doctor about my foot.
But then I moved, and I need a new bidet for my new home. I went back on the list. I was like, oh, do I get the same thing? And then I see below it, I see, ooh, what is this hot, sexy new bidet? It's got the sleek black look with the red little things and the silver, and the knob is different. Talking about the butler, it was one of those things when Amazon started to do where they just come up with some random price and cross it out and then put the actual price, and they're like making you think it's some great deal, and then you click on the price, what that means, and they're just saying like they could have technically put it at this price. No one is putting it at this price, but like, imagine, right? It was a good looking bidet, and I hated it. Aesthetic was sleek, it was clean. I give it a 4. Meanwhile, the spray comfort, also an upgrade. I'd give it a 3. The price was about the same as the other. I think it was a little bit more. It might have been a little bit closer to like $40. The amount of uses I got out of it, that was a fair price. I give it like a 2.5. Ease of installation was the worst. I hated doing that, and it ruined my relationship with my brother. 1. As for features, this one also came with a front wash, like for gals. So I didn't get much of a use out of that, but you could have. Someone could have used it. Probably a woman. So I'll give that a 3.
It's purple. I don't think it's supposed to be purple.
Then it came time, you know, I had a contract job. I was making good money. I had a little something extra in the bank, and I thought, why not treat myself to something real nice.
Something really nice.
And for me, a 20-year-old man, the most exciting thing I could think of to spend my money on was a chair that you sit on and shoots water up your butt after you poop. And I wasn't disappointed. The aesthetic of it, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. It looks great. It looks a little like something that if you were to go to an old person's house and you go to their bathroom and you're like, oh gosh, what kind of a weirdo contraption is this? But it's clear what all the buttons do, at least. So that was cool. The price was expensive. I won't lie. That was a costly purchase. But think about couches cost apparently thousands of dollars sometimes. So does a bidet for the price really seem that crazy? I sit on my bidet more than I sit on a couch, and my couch doesn't keep me warm or have a blow dryer built in the butt. Now here's what makes the Lotus worth the extra dough. This thing is absolutely loaded. For starters, it has a dryer, 5 adjustable temperatures of the air that it shoots at you to dry you off after the bidet has shot the water. You can also adjust the nozzle's position. There's a front wash, there's a back wash. There are 5 different temperatures for the water, as well as 5 different temperatures for the seat. Is that right? 5? 3. There are 3 temperatures. I guess 4 if you count off. You can also put it in like an eco mode that uses a little bit less water and I think turns things off after a certain amount of time. There's a child setting for even less water, which essentially just eco mode. And also, what can I say? It's a comfortable seat. This one, unlike the other ones where you put it under the seat and it is like this. The seat goes on top and then the lid goes there, and so it's like this little thing. And then when you're ready, it goes like and then it comes back up. This is different. This is a whole seat, obviously. That's how they heat it, and the top of the seat. And the top of the seat, it's a posh looking seat. I mean, it's thick, it's angular, in a cool way. Overall, I could not have been more happy with this purchase of mine. So I give the features a 5. I mean, I don't know what else it could do. You know, they always joke about how Japanese toilets do like a billion other things, but like, what else is there? Maybe it cleans the toilet seat for you. That would be cool. But I could do that. This fulfills all the features that are things you don't want to do. Like have an air dryer blowing at your butt or shooting water up your butt. You don't want to do that yourself. If a Japanese toilet somewhere has some sort of seat cleaning or voice activation, I don't care about that, right? I can do half that stuff myself rather easily. I can't do this. Some people will say, I don't like sitting on a warm toilet seat. It feels gross. Well, say that when it's freezing and it's the middle of the night and you have to sit down to pee because you like to sit down to pee.
I fucking sit down when I pee sometimes, okay? I'm not less of a man because of it. I'm not less of a man just because sometimes I like to take a load off when I pee. I don't want to be standing when I pee. I want to relax a little bit when I pee, so I sit down.
That awful, couple seconds of like sitting down and then and it's like dipping your toes in a hot water. I hate that.
And a lot of pus. Like it's not just blood. It's like a white liquid and it's kind of yellowish. I should please someone help.
So if I had to rank my bidets, I would say the Lotus. That's number 1 clearly. But number 2 might surprise you. That's going to be the Lux Neo 120. If you wanted to make the upgrades that you would make by purchasing the Butler, I would get the, I think it's called like the 150 or maybe the 130. I don't know. But it's like the next level above the Lux Neo 120. And that might be a worthwhile purchase if you're a gal and you want like women features. And the Butler's at number 3. I wouldn't recommend getting the Butler. I just think there's better stuff out there for better prices. And the installation alone was such a nightmare that like I'd rather almost not have a bidet than go through that again. And that's saying a lot because every time now I go somewhere that doesn't have a bidet, I feel like I'm staying the night at somewhere that doesn't have a bed. You know, it just feels like there's something like really essential missing. There's like a quality of life aspect of other people's homes that you're like, you live without this? You don't have beds? What do you do? That's how I feel about bidets. And don't be scared. Don't be a wiener. Don't be a loser. Don't be a dork or a moron. Don't be a stupid. Don't be an idiot. Get a bidet. That's the right decision. Whatever makes you scared about or nervous about getting a bidet, that's a dumb thing to care about. And forget that. I've told you now to get one. So do that now, please. And for everyone named Frank, I hope you had a good time watching this. I hope your bottoms the skin is intact. And as always, have a good one.